They know every syllable of every word, which is what I came here to.
He has sold more than 170 million albums. He built a name so large 0:24 seconds that even people who never followed country music know exactly who he is. He walked away 0:30 seconds from all of it voluntarily at the height of his fame, came back on his own terms, and proved he 0:37 seconds could still fill stadiums well into his 50s. So how does a man like Garth Brooks find himself 0:44 seconds at 63, fighting a lawsuit across 2 states, watching a brand new bar get publicly torn 0:51 seconds apart the week it opened, losing a major chunk of his core fan base over a beer, and reportedly 0:57 seconds considering leaving the country altogether? This isn't the story of one bad moment. This is several things collapsing at the same time, and the details are worse than most people realize. 1:111 minute, 11 seconds the lawsuit nobody saw coming, and the way he handled it made everything worse. 1:171 minute, 17 seconds on October 3rd, 2024. A complaint landed in a Los Angeles court that 1:231 minute, 23 seconds immediately sent shockwaves through the country music world. The woman behind it, identified in 1:291 minute, 29 seconds court documents only as Jane Roe, had worked as a hairstylist and makeup artist for both Garth 1:351 minute, 35 seconds Brooks and his wife Trisha Yearwood. She began working for Yearwood in 1999, and 1:411 minute, 41 seconds Brooks brought her onto his personal team in 2017. By her account, 1:481 minute, 48 seconds the working relationship shifted quickly once he learned she was going through serious financial 1:531 minute, 53-second difficulties. According to the filing, he used that vulnerability as leverage. 1:591 minute, 59 seconds. The allegations laid out in the complaint are detailed and serious. Roe claims that 2:052 minutes, 5 seconds in 2019, Brooks invited her to travel with him to Los Angeles for a 2:112 minutes, 11 seconds Grammy tribute event. When they arrived, she discovered he had booked a single hotel suite 2:182 minutes, 18 seconds with one bed for the two of them. She alleges that in that room, Brooks sexually assaulted her. The 2:262 minutes, 26 seconds complaint also describes a separate incident at his home where she claims he emerged from a shower 2:322 minutes, 32 seconds and forced her hands onto his body while making explicit remarks. The filing covers a pattern of 2:382 minutes, 38 seconds alleged behavior between 2019 and 2024, including sexual 2:442 minutes, 44 seconds harassment, battery, and what her legal team described as a deliberate exploitation of her financial dependence on him. What made the story even more complicated was 2:552 minutes, 55 seconds the timeline of how Brooks responded. Before Roe filed anything publicly, he had already filed his 3:023 minutes, 2 seconds own lawsuit in Mississippi in September of 2024, under the name John 3:083 minutes, 8 seconds though. His legal team argued she was attempting to extort him, demanding millions of dollars in 3:153 minutes, 15 seconds exchange for silence. He compared the situation to having a loaded gun pointed at his face, 3:213 minutes, 21 seconds, saying that paying any amount would be the same as admitting guilt. He stated clearly that he 3:283 minutes, 28 seconds was incapable of the behavior she described. The legal maneuvering that followed was messy. His 3:343 minutes, 34-second team tried to have her California case dismissed and pushed to consolidate everything under the 3:403 minutes, 40 seconds Mississippi court, a state with no anti-SLAPP protections that would have made it much harder. 3:473 minutes, 47 seconds for Roe to fight back publicly. Her attorneys called the Mississippi, filing a bad faith move 3:533 minutes, 53 seconds designed purely to suppress her ability to speak. A federal judge in California denied Brooks' 3:593 minutes, 59 seconds motion to dismiss in December of 2024. though the case was temporarily 4:044 minutes, for second stayed, pending the outcome in Mississippi. Then in May of 2025, the 4:114 minutes, 11 seconds Mississippi case was declared moot by a judge, leaving the California case still unresolved. For 174 minutes, 17 seconds as of early 2026, both parties had requested a trial by jury. For 234 minutes, 23 seconds, meaning this is nowhere near over. And the longer it drags on, the harder it 4:294 minutes, 29 seconds becomes for Brooks to fully move forward. Before any of this, he built something 4:354 minutes, 35 seconds and 01 in country music had ever built before to understand the full weight of what is happening 4:414 minutes, 41 seconds to Garth Brooks right now. You need to understand exactly what he constructed over 3 decades. For 474 minutes, 47 seconds, because very few artists in any genre have come close to the level he reached, and that context makes the current situation significantly more significant. For 584 minutes, 58 seconds, he was born on February 7, 1962 in Tulsa, Oklahoma, the youngest 5:035 minutes, 3 seconds child in a blended family. His mother, Colleen, had been a country singer herself, with a recording 5:105 minutes, 10 seconds deal at Capitol Records, and had appeared on Ozark Jubilee in the 1950s. His father was a 5:165 minutes, 16 seconds draftsman for an oil company. Growing up, the family held weekly talent nights at home, where 5:235 minutes, 23 seconds all the children were expected to participate. Brooks learned guitar and banjo as a kid, 5:295 minutes, 29 seconds, though his primary focus through high school was athletics. He played football, baseball, 5:355 minutes, 35 seconds, and ran track and field, and initially seemed more likely to pursue sports than music, 5:405 minutes, 40 seconds by the time he was performing in small bars and honky-tonks across Oklahoma. The pull 5:465 minutes, 46 seconds toward performing had overtaken everything else. He arrived in Nashville in the 1980s 5:525 minutes, 52 seconds during a period when the city was flooded with people chasing exactly the same dream. His 5:585 minutes, 58 seconds first trip there in 1985 ended in failure, and he went back to Oklahoma. He enrolled 6:046 minutes for seconds at Oklahoma State University and graduated with a degree in advertising. Then he tried Nashville 6:116 minutes, 11 seconds again in 1987, this time staying. What separated him from the hundreds of other 6:176 minutes, 17 seconds artists who tried and failed wasn't just the quality of his voice or his songwriting. It was 6:246 minutes, 24 seconds the way he performed. While most country acts of that era kept things relatively contained 6:306 minutes, 30 seconds and traditional on stage, Brooks brought something closer to a rock arena experience. 6:366 minutes, 36 seconds he leapt across stages, smashed guitars, used pyrotechnics and elaborate lighting rigs, 6:426 minutes, 42 seconds, and generated the kind of kinetic energy that audiences had only seen at rock concerts. 6:486 minutes, 48 seconds. Record executives who doubted him discovered quickly that he was not another traditional 6:546 minutes, 54 seconds country act trying to fit in. He was actively rewriting what a country show could look like. 7:017 minutes, 1 second. His self-titled debut album came out in 1989 and started the climb. No Fences 7:087 minutes, 8 seconds followed in 1990 and became one of the best-selling country albums in history. Then came 7:147 minutes, 14 seconds. Ropin' The Wind in 1991, which debuted at #1 simultaneously on both 7:207 minutes, 20 seconds. The Billboard Country Chart and the all-genre Billboard 200, a first in music history. 7:277 minutes, 27 seconds. The album wasn't a country chart success that crossed over. It hit both peaks at the 7:337 minutes, 33 seconds same time, right out of the gate. The industry genuinely hadn't seen anything like it before. 7:397 minutes, 39 seconds by the mid-1990s. He was filling stadiums that no country act had ever filled. 7:457 minutes, 45 seconds before. His Central Park concert in August of 1997 drew an estimated 7:517 minutes, 51 seconds, 750,000 to 1 million people. One of the largest concert audiences, 7:577 minutes, 57 seconds in American history. He is the only artist in music history to have released 9 albums, 8:048 minutes, for second certified diamond by the Recording Industry Association of America, surpassing the previous 8:118 minutes, 11 seconds record of 6 held by the Beatles. He has won 2 Grammy Awards, 17 American Music Awards, 8:188 minutes, 18 seconds, 22 Academy of Country Music Awards, and 10 Country Music Association Awards. 8:258 minutes, 25 seconds. He has been inducted into both the Country Music Hall of Fame and the Songwriters Hall of Fame, and 8:318 minutes, 31 seconds became the youngest recipient ever of the Library of Congress Gershwin Prize for Popular Song. 8:378 minutes, 37 seconds. Total worldwide album sales exceed 170 million, making him by 8:428 minutes, 42 seconds. SoundScan records the best-selling solo artist in American music history. His net worth as of 8:498 minutes, 49 seconds 2024 was estimated at around $400 million. He was not 8:548 minutes, 54 seconds merely the biggest name in country music. He was one of the most commercially successful recording 9:009 minutes artists in the history of the entire medium. That is the platform that is now under 9:069 minutes, 6 seconds strain. And the distance between what he built and where things stand, right 9:119 minutes, 11 seconds now, is what makes this story so striking. The bar he spent 3 years building, and 9:189 minutes, 18 seconds, why the opening week, became a separate news story, while the lawsuit was detonating in the fall of 9:259 minutes, 25 seconds 2024. A completely separate situation had already created its 9:309 minutes, 30 seconds on public relations damage earlier that year, one that arrived at the worst possible time. 9:369 minutes, 36 seconds on March 7, 2024. Garth Brooks and Trisha Yearwood officially opened 9:449 minutes, 44 seconds. Friends in Low Places Bar and Honky Tonk at 411 Broadway in Nashville, right in 9:509 minutes, 50 seconds, the middle of the city's famous Lower Broadway Entertainment District. The venue was massive by 9:569 minutes, 56 seconds any measure. It spans 54,715 square feet across 4 floors. 10:0310 minutes, 3 seconds, making it the largest honky-tonk on the entire strip. The first floor was built around a large live music stage. The second floor offered a balcony view of the main 10:1310 minutes, 13 second stage, and more seating. The third floor held event space that businesses had booked years, 10:1910 minutes, 19 seconds in advance. The fourth floor was an open-air rooftop bar called the Oasis, designed around 10:2510 minutes, 25 seconds, a beach and tropical theme. There was also a members-only club tucked into the building. 10:3110 minutes, 31 seconds. Yearwood designed the food menu herself, pulling from her cookbooks and her years of work on food. 10:3710 minutes, 37 seconds. Network. The bar's concept had been years in the making. Brooks bought the building in 10:4310 minutes, 43 seconds 2021, and spent 3 years on the project. He talked about it constantly in 10:4910 minutes, 49 seconds interviews, describing in detail the kind of place he wanted to create. He said he wanted 10:5510 minutes, 55 seconds, the Chick-fil-A of honky-tonks. He wanted people to walk in and immediately feel safe. 11:0211 minutes, 2 seconds, feel welcomed, and feel like everyone in the room had good manners. He specifically said he wanted 11:0811 minutes, 8 seconds to hear classic country coming out of that bar, naming George Strait. and Merle Haggard as the 11:14 11 minutes, 14-second sound he was going for. He said he wanted it to feel like a true dive bar, just at a large scale. 11:21 11 minutes, 21 seconds. The entire opening was documented in a docuseries that premiered on Amazon Prime. 11:26 11 minutes, 26 seconds video the same day the bar opened its doors. The reviews that came back within the first two 11:32 11 minutes, 32 seconds weeks told a sharply different story. Complaints were immediate and spread quickly across Google. 11:39 11 minutes, 39 seconds Yelp, and social media. Customers described prices that felt steep even by Broadway standards. 11:46 11 minutes, 46 seconds. One reviewer reported paying $37 for 2 drinks, comparing it unfavorably to 11:52 11 minutes, 52 seconds. Neighboring bars. An undisclosed entertainment surcharge was appearing on bills without being 11:58 11 minutes, 58 seconds posted anywhere visible, which generated its own wave of irritation. Some customers reported being 12:06 12 minutes, 6 seconds unable to pay with cash at the bar, which struck many as particularly incongruous. 12:11 12 minutes, 11 seconds for a venue billing itself as a honky-tonk. The most consistent and loudest complaint, 12:17 12 minutes, 17 seconds, however, was about the music. Multiple reviewers reported that during their visits, 12:24 12 minutes, 24 seconds, the bar was not playing country music at all. One reviewer described hearing the Flo Rida song 12:30 12 minutes, 30 seconds low during their visit. Another mentioned apple-bottom jeans being played while they 12:36 12 minutes, 36 seconds were there. Others reported hearing Whitney Houston covers and songs by the Cranberries. 12:42 12 minutes, 42 seconds. One reviewer wrote that the place had no country vibe whatsoever and described it as looking more 12:49 12 minutes, 49 seconds like a club in New York City than a honky-tonk in Tennessee. These complaints carried particular 12:55 12 minutes, 55 seconds weight, given that Brooks himself had specifically and repeatedly described wanting to hear classic 13:01 13 minutes, 1 second country playing inside the venue. Not all of the feedback was negative. Some visitors praised the live bands, described the energy as excellent, 13:11 13 minutes, 11 seconds, and said the space itself was impressive. The venue continued to operate and remained 13:18 13 minutes, 18 seconds off the largest and most visible establishments on Lower Broadway. But the opening week narrative had 13:24 13 minutes, 24 seconds already been written by the disappointed reviews, and those negative impressions spread across the 13:30 13 minutes, 30 seconds internet. During the same year, the lawsuit broke. For a man who had always staked his reputation on 13:36 13 minutes, 36 seconds delivering what he promised, the gap between the vision he had described and what some customers 13:42 13 minutes, 42 seconds found when they walked in was a specific kind of damage that hit his brand in a targeted way. 13:49 13 minutes, 49 seconds. The Bud Light decision that split his fan base in two before any of this started. 13:55 13 minutes, 55 seconds. What a lot of people covering the current situation tend to skip over is the fact that Garth Brooks had already lost a significant portion of his core audience over a separate 14:05 14 minutes, 5 seconds controversy months before the bar even opened, and well over a year before the lawsuit became public. 14:13 14 minutes, 13 seconds. In June of 2023, Brooks was participating in a panel discussion at the 14:19 14 minutes, 19 seconds Billboard Country Live event in Nashville when he was asked about his upcoming bar. 14:24 14 minutes, 24 seconds. He mentioned that friends in low places would serve every brand of beer. At the time, 14:30 14 minutes, 30 seconds. Bud Light was in the middle of a massive consumer boycott driven by conservative fans after the 14:36 14 minutes, 36 seconds brand had run a promotional partnership with Dylan Mulvaney, a transgender influencer. Other 14:43 14 minutes, 43 Seconds country music artists had made very public statements against serving Bud Light. Kid 14:49 14 minutes, 49 seconds Rock had filmed himself shooting cases of it with a rifle. John Rich and Travis Tritt had 14:55 14 minutes, 55 second both announced they wouldn't serve it in their venues. The conservative